That made me think. I saw an article, and I know Dean has probably seen it. Bill, you probably have too. There are 9 phrases that the broadcast team is not allowed to use at the Masters.
I mean, it's definitely a little bit ridiculous, I think. I mean,
it's very ridiculous. All of it's ridiculous.
For sure.
You guys ever taken part in a grouping before?
In an orgy? Yes.
My man.
That's what we call it out on my home course. On the tips. We're having an orgy from the tips.
I'll see you on the backside, baby.
I'll see you on the backside. Yeah.
Here we go.
Welcome back to Wake Up with the Spring Boys podcast. I am Bill, one of 3 co-hosts, along with my PICs, my partners in crime, Dean and Eddie. This week, as always, we go over any observations we had over the week. Eddie comes at us with a awesome, fun, amazing build your big 3. Dean shows us the underbelly and his belly and Dean's conspiracy theory of the week and Bill's balls games to end it. Fellas, I haven't had much going on this week. Not gonna lie to you. You know, Eddie, you say it all the time. You know, it's kind of Groundhog Day. You do what you need to do, and
try not to throw that toaster in the bathtub, right?
Yeah.
That's in Groundhog Day. It was a reference to Groundhog Day. But honestly,
real quick, I had something happen to me that sorry. BetterHelp.com. I had something kind of happen to me this week that made me think about what I wanted to talk about on here, and it happens a lot in the job that I have. I drive for a living. Dean drives. I mean, we deliver stuff too, but so famously known in our little circle here, obviously, I used to have, I don't really have it anymore. Every once in a while, road rage. Right?
No.
It's there. It's been there. I get it. The first step to, getting better is admitting it.
I mean, true.
Very
true.
My name's Bill, and I have road rage.
And I drive for a living. Watch out, mother.
I've actually calmed down quite a bit, especially at work, because obviously I don't want to get called in.
Yeah, of course.
But I was just having one of those days. Like, we had just gotten back from Florida, that whole thing, and I was tired. Like, I only got a couple hours sleep, and I'm driving along, and I'm doing 73, 74, right around there, and people are just passing me left and right. And normally that doesn't bother me.
Left and right? Holy cow.
Yeah.
If you're on 131.
Where are you driving?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Not as much right, but on the left. Yeah, I ride the center lane.
Yeah. That's the right place to go, I think.
So,
it's in our training videos.
I mean, people were just blowing by me left. Blowing by me. Yeah, it was. Left and right. And so, like, I was getting irritated. By it. Like, why can't you people just go the speed limit? And like, I saw this person, like, he wasn't the greatest looking guy in the world, and he's just floating by me. And
you're just looking in the mirror. The cyber. He wasn't the greatest looking guy ever.
Yeah. He tried.
For sure, he hates himself.
I can tell he tries. I can tell he tries super hard. He's doing his best. But.
He's trying his damnedest. Guy.
BetterHelp.com. And I found myself being like, saying to this guy in my head, if I was in my truck, you would never even come close to passing me. No reason. He's just going about his day. He's not doing anything I wouldn't do,
Like
right?
your regular
Yeah.
truck? Like your Dodge?
Yeah, like my Dodge. Like he's just a normal dude. Yeah, if I was in my truck, there's no way you would pass me. And
Why? What makes you think that though? Even in that moment,
well, I'm not looking to do a deep mental analysis here.
We can't go
Oh.
over 80 miles per hour.
Yeah.
If we do, we get
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. Like, because you'd be going faster.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
have to be.
No, you don't have to go.
But I'm not usually
Yeah.
like that. I don't care if people pass me normally, but and I thought to myself in that moment, 30 seconds or whatever after the guy was long gone,
Sure.
never in my life again.
Because he was blowing by you.
Yeah, he's probably doing like 87.
You had no shot to catch that guy.
No, no, I didn't. And I said to myself, I'm like, how petty of a reason is it to be mad at someone? Like that's a really petty reason, right? Like there's no, yeah, he has no idea. He wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. He wasn't flipping me off or staring me down. And it happened a couple times, but like I thought to myself, is that like the pettiest thing I've ever like not liked somebody for? And it's like the top two, because like the dude didn't do anything to me. I think the other one would be, and I brought this up before. Uh, I dated someone in middle school, and I broke up with them because I didn't like the size of their hands. Like they were just too small.
They were
Like,
too small.
They were too small.
Too stubby. Like
Wow.
yeah, and like nowadays that would obviously wouldn't matter, but at the time in middle school, like, and I was
Small
like,
hands
man,
are a blessing in my world. No matter how stubby.
I was young then.
Look at this precious angel over here.
Now I'd say she have
This
every
girl at all
chance.
Yeah.
But so I was like, man, that's got to be the pettiest thing I've ever done. So I was wondering, like, is there anything that comes to your mind that was like you either did it and it was petty, or you just did not like someone, whether you knew him or not? Like, what would be the most pettiest thing you're just like, I don't like that person?
I always feel like I have pretty decent reasons for not liking people, because I usually give them a pretty fair shot before. But kind of like what you said, like I never had road rage up until I started working this job. Now I have not like severe road rage, but like I catch myself, same as you, like people, except I'll be going, like the brink of where we can go, and go like 79, and people float past me and be like, oh, you fucking jerk off. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll do this in the window. Like, I'm just like, I
Is there passing you?
We'll cut that
Yeah.
from the.
Well, they'll ride me for a while. They'll ride me hard for a while, and then they'll just because I'll be in the middle lane, right?
Yeah.
And they'll just be on and then they'll just like whip out and then they'll like make like a tight, like merge back into where, like, you know what I mean? Like they're like like their back end, if they were to like turn real, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's petty. I don't know if that's a justified response, but I'm always thinking in the back of my head, is almost 10 over the speed limit just not enough for you? And I'm going slow, you know what I mean? But a lot of people don't know that, like I said, while Bill was talking, like in our train meals, it's actually recommended we drive in the middle lane. And I think a lot of people think we should just be in the right lane all the time. It's like, actually they want like semis and, our types of vehicles in the center, because it's easier to maneuver if like you slide or whatever. And I think that's what a lot of people think. Or I'll be like, why aren't you passing me yet? Like somebody will just be riding me in the middle lane. Like, and I'm like, dude, there's literally you can go around me anytime you want. You don't have to ride my ass like that. Like, I just don't understand. So I don't know if that's petty or if that's more of a justified response, but similar to Bill's. Like I would get a little, it just depends. If I'm going like 70, 73 or whatever, and somebody passes me, I'm like, whatever. But like if I'm going 80 miles per hour and like you're on my tail and I'm trying to get around semis, and I don't know, it bugs the crap out of me. But it never bothered me before. But now that I drive all the time. It's
different.
It gets on your nerves, right?
Because like you're doing what you're supposed to do. You feel like they're riding your butt and they're annoyed at you, so you're like getting annoyed that they're annoyed with you.
Right.
Or you think they're annoyed with you. So you're like, dude, what the hell?
Right. Even though they might just be riding.
They might just be driving and they're close.
Exactly. And I say that to myself, but I can't let it. It's hard for me to not let it bother me.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, that you do it every day, so it's pretty natural.
Right.
I mean, I think the driving stuff to me, I mean, I've driven most of my professional life. I've driven 2 hours every day. I don't drive as much as you guys,
right?
Which is 6 to 8, 10, whatever's going on. But the driving stuff always cracked me up, mainly because Bill, when we were younger, not as we were older, and then I knew another guy who would post about it all the time, about how he would be mad that people passed him because he was going fast. And to me, I'm like, who cares? Like, they just want to go faster.
Yeah.
That's fine. As long as you don't put me in danger. If you're not like cutting me off to gain 3 seconds, then I don't care.
And
like I'll move over for you to go faster. Cause like you obviously got something going on. Maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. But if I'm going a certain speed, because I'll set my cruise at about 74 every day, 73, 74. And people pass me mostly just on the left, not left and right, because it's a 2-laner. But pretty much all on the left. You feel like you had something you had to add in there, Dean?
I forgot it.
My bad.
No, it's not your fault. I think let me add this in though. I think it's the no blinker thing. I think that if I want to go petty wise, I think that's the thing that bothers me the most, is people that'll go around and then not use their blinker to come back over. And I know it's such a trivial thing, but it's like, it's not hard to just, it's literally at the most convenient spot you could.
Does it matter when?
What do you mean?
Like, say they got say there's not a ton of traffic, they pass you, they're like 20 feet in front of you, and then they just move over into the middle lane in front of you, like 20, 30 feet.
No, that's fine.
Which isn't that far, but it's not that close.
If you've given distance, it's fine. It's the people that like when it's really like almost bumper to bumper and they see the smallest of gaps and they just force their way in without using it. It's like, dude, if you use your blinker, I'll probably slow down and let you in. That's just because I'll see that you're trying to get over. And I'm not that much of an asshole. You know what I mean? I'll let you.
If I'm going to go into...
well, then that's... If I see the blinker and it's been on for a minute, I usually just let them in.
You should have been there.
It all depends on the circumstance. If I've already let somebody in, I've already done my deed, right? I've already allowed.
See, this patron. Real quick, I know we gotta keep moving, but this happened to me Friday. I was driving in the left lane with traffic. I was not holding anybody up. I was right behind somebody. And this Volkswagen was on me the whole time. Now I'm in the left lane of a 3-lane highway, but I'm still doing the rate of speed as everybody else. Like I can't get past anybody. Like if I get over, they're not going to get past me. Volkswagen is just on my ass.
Can they see around your truck?
Oh, well, they did because they kept doing this. They kept like coming out and whatever.
It's usually the case.
Yeah. So they saw an opening in the middle and they like sped past me, but they couldn't get back in.
Oh, no shot.
So
no shot.
Hell no.
Because like they tried because there's a little bit of space. I was like, whoop, nope. No, and yes, that's not safe, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? You wouldn't have lost any time just staying behind me.
Yeah, dude. I mean, whatever. Yeah, I totally get that because it's like, why? Everybody feels like they got stuff they got to do. I understand you think you got to be where you got to be, but so do I. And in a situation like that, where you're literally just going to get one just from behind me to in front of me in a situation that's going to maybe cost you 3 seconds. No,
I agree.
You're just being rude.
Agreed.
Right. Eddie,
Being
petty.
dumb.
Petty. Honestly, it just happened last night, 2 nights ago. I don't know. This happens to me a lot. I mean, and I think you guys probably sometimes feel this way.
Crock pot of chicken.
Oh, dude.
And
I haven't made it again because if I make it again, I am going to do it. I am going to eat the whole thing. So I'm avoiding.
On the next time.
I want to eat it. Anyway, no, generally how I see people, but I usually check myself. So like just the other night, I saw a guy. It's usually when you're annoyed, right? Or feeling a certain way. I was feeling annoyed because this drive-through was just taking forever. And I just saw this guy and he was just in like this, I don't know, he looked really douchey in his outfit. And I just thought like, I was like, oh, this guy, like I just looking at him, I was like, oh, come on, get out of here. But then like 5 seconds later, I'm like, that guy could probably be the best guy on the earth. And I'm here dogging him just because I don't like the way he's looking right now. And that's usually how my stuff goes anymore. It's like, something will piss me off and I'll be like, unless it's legit, then it's not petty. But like little stuff anymore, I don't know, man.
He just comes up to you, chicka, what's up, yo?
Yeah, dude. Then I'd be like, you know what? I was right. I was right the first time. Like he wasn't. I don't know. It was fine. He just seemed too old to be that exact outfit. The colors. I don't know. It just, to me in the moment, I'm like, and I'm just already so annoyed that I'm like, this freaking dude. Like I couldn't stand it. Like, and that happens to me sometimes. That's usually what it is.
Right.
And I work in a place where you could look around and not like a lot of people by how they're presenting themselves. Fair enough. So I try to check myself on that a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of checking on yourself, check in on the weekend. How'd your weekend go?
Mine? My weekend's been good, man. I mean, it's been nice. This weekend's been really nice, like outside. Today, I guess. Today for us is this day. But I wanted to get into something because congratulations when this episode comes out to the winner of the Masters, right? Because they're probably checking our podcast out. But for sure. That made me think. I saw an article, and I know Dean has probably seen it. Bill, you probably have too. There are 9 phrases that the broadcast team is not allowed to use at the Masters. And I'm just going to go through them real quick. And if there's something surprises you, just say it at the end, okay? So the number 1 thing that was on the list is they're not allowed to say fans. Because fans is derived from fanatical. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that really bothers me, and I'd really like to talk about it right now.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
You said wait.
No, I don't care if you do it now.
No, you're fine.
You're pissing me off, but that's maybe a little petty. Because spectators are expected to be on their best behavior. They're supposed to be called patrons on the broadcast. The number 2 thing is they're not allowed to say the rough. According to the Augusta National Style Guide, there is no rough. There's only a second cut. Number 3, they're not allowed to say sand trap. They can only say bunkers, which are actually spruce pine sand sourced from North Carolina. Very fancy, very luxurious.
So it's so nice.
Yeah. Number 4, they're not allowed to say the back 9 because back 9 sort of sounds like backside. So golfers tee off on the second 9. The broadcast team is also not allowed to say driving range. It's the tournament practice area. That's just how it was instructed to the broadcasters. They're not allowed to say country club or golf course. It's the Augusta National Golf Club. They can't say twosome. It must be called a pairing. And any more than that is a grouping. They're afraid of hearing the threesome. Yeah. Second to last one, they're not allowed to say the 4th round. They have to say final round, which I mean, whatever. That one's probably the most regular to me. And then the last one, they're not allowed to say sponsors who back PGA Tour events. Like if they talked about Brian Harmon's victory at the Valero Texas Open, broadcasters would simply have to call it the Texas Open. Any of those surprise you? Any of those you think they should change? You think they're too hoity-toity over there at Augusta National?
It's definitely hoity-toity. But I mean, I guess I get it. They want it to sound as professional as possible, and they did say, the guy one I saw, the guy was like, you might be able to get away with the fans is calling them spectators. He said you might be able to get away with that, but probably not. And it's like,
might be able to get away with it.
There was one of those, it was the back nine one, is said if you said back nine, like you'd be reprimanded for it.
If Jim Nance says fans, nothing's going to happen to him.
Not now, no.
But
like in the early days,
they'd probably be like, after he said it at a commercial break, be like, you need to say patrons. Yeah. You can't be saying
it was something
fans
like,
on this broadcast.
They didn't want, because they were like, what you want to avoid is the wind's coming up from him on his backside or something like that, and like it's too close to. It's like, oh, come on! Like most people watching golf are probably adults. There's not a lot of 12-year-old kids probably watch. Maybe now with like Bryson and with his YouTube stuff, and I don't know how many. I think that's mostly still just adults,
which is stupid because they're not even saying backside.
Right.
They're just saying back nine, but they might say backside.
They're like, it might say, and it's like, I think none of them really surprised me a ton, but I mean, it's definitely a little bit ridiculous, I think. I mean,
it's very ridiculous. All of it's ridiculous.
For sure.
You guys ever taken part in a grouping before?
In an orgy? Yes.
My man.
That's what we call it out on my home course. On the tips. We're having an orgy from the tips.
I'll see you on the backside, baby.
I'll see you on the backside. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So, all of those are stupid. All dumb.
That you can't say it is stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Dean, how's your backside?
Pretty sore.
Chapped.
Yeah. Red. It was good. It was good.
Also itchy.
Yeah, I might have something's pinching me. Just a lot of little pinches all over. I'm not
just everywhere.
Sure.
It's so crazy.
It was good. I had my birthday, went down to the casino, lost a bunch of money. I mean, that was kind of fun. It was a good time until you realize you're not winning any of that money back.
I felt terrible for you, man.
Nah, that's normal. Regardless, though, still fun, still a lot of fun. Had some drinks. Got to hang out with Eddie. Came out, and my buddy Taylor, so it was fun. But I keep it on the golf thing. I'd actually seen something where would you guys count a hole-in-one on a par 3 course? There's a lot of argument to that, because a lot of people would say no, that it wouldn't count. Like for me, for sure. I mean, I'm terrible at golf, so if I was to hit a hole-in-one anywhere, I'm counting it. But the argument, I'll give you the argument. I know you're wondering why it wouldn't count. So like I saw this thing. This guy's been asking a bunch of people. So they had like Ken Griffey Jr. on, and he asked him, and Ken Griffey Jr. said no, he doesn't count it because, and he was like, well,
he said it.
I know if Ken Griffey Jr. says it, that means it's true. But he said, well, he's like, my home runs in the home run derby don't count. He's like, I'm still stepping in the batter's box, because you technically on a regular golf course, you have maybe 4 opportunities for a hole-in-one. Whereas at a par 3 course, you have 18 opportunities to hit a hole-in-one. And it's not a regulation course. You're not trying to hit par 72 or anything like that. So that's the argument, is that it's more of a practice course than it is like actual golfing. But like for, you know, golfers that are hitting in the 90s and hundreds, it's like, oh, I'm counting that.
Let them have it, Bill.
I don't care.
Let them have it, Bill. You're disgusted.
Yeah, I'm disgusted. What are you? Okay. So after the argument, I guess I can kind of understand it, but I'm also paying to play on a par 3 course. I also have 4 chances at a golf course on par 3s.
Yeah. The argument is that you have 18 chances on a par 3 course.
Okay. Well,
that's the art. I'm just telling you the art. You don't have to give your disgust to me.
I'm not
telling you the argument
with you right now.
I'm just telling you the argument.
If I'm from the tee box and I hit a ball in the hole on my first shot, that would be a hole in one.
Right. But when Ken Griffey Jr. steps in the batter's box and he hits a home run at the home run derby, that's still a home run.
That's fine. I add it to his total. I don't care.
Here, all right.
So
go ahead.
If you, me and Eddie, Eddie and I go out to Marshall's baseball field and have a home run derby, guess what? I'm adding it to my career home runs list. I don't care.
With an asterisk. Right. Yeah.
Whatever. Home run's a home. Dinger's a dinger.
Dinger's a dinger.
I'm not hitting one out at Marshall's baseball field. I can almost guarantee it.
I've hit one. I've hit one out.
I could if I wanted.
Not in a game.
Home run derby?
But does that count though?
It was just a beautiful Venezuelan older man showing me how to hit the ball.
Beautiful Venezuelan man. But do you count that as your career home run as a career home run for you?
I talk about it, but I don't count it as like a lifetime. I mean, whatever. It's up to the person that's hearing the story.
100%.
But when you talk about what you're talking about, I had 2 thoughts on it. One, Bill said, you are literally hitting a hole in one.
100%.
And Ken Griffey Jr., there's a huge difference. In a home run derby, they're throwing pitches for you to hit home runs.
For sure.
When you're at a golf course, you're only hitting how you can hit.
Right.
Which would be the same as him in a regular game. If you took 8 pitches per at bat, 4 at bats, how many chances do you have to hit a home run? 32.
I suppose, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a live game action.
Right.
Either way. Yes.
Course.
It's not a home run derby. It's not a.
That was his
make
argument.
It easier.
It's like, do you count hole in ones at putt courses then?
Yes.
That's not that would be
as
like
a career hole in one. I've got a couple of hole.
To me, you could say the putt is your home run derby.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. You don't cut it. It's just it's made to happen.
Yeah.
Now in a regular golf game, you're out at an 18-3 par 3 course. They're not letting you hit it easier. You're still having to hit it.
The whole round is easier though. I'm
it's
just trying.
Less strokes. The whole round is less strokes. I don't know if it's easier.
Is it easier?
It's less strokes.
No, it isn't.
Yeah,
that's actually the worst part. That's probably the worst part of my game, actually.
I mean, it wouldn't be for me.
Now I have
to
quad everything.
All you do is drive and then hope to chip it on.
I'm not even good at that.
You don't even get your middle irons.
You never see a slice like mine.
So that's what I think the difference is. Of course you don't call it a home run derby. They're trying to let you hit home runs.
Right.
Nobody's trying to let you get hole in ones. You can only do that.
Well, they're trying in their own way, but making it a smaller.
They're not trying at all.
They're trying, dude.
If you
they start putting cups around it so that way you can.
If you told me like the par 3 course was me starting 50 yards from the hole, like still that's like very hard.
Even
to do.
Then, how many you're gonna get? You go out to a 50-yard par 3, 18-hole course. I guarantee you don't get one when you go through.
True.
You might get one eventually.
Right.
At some point, yeah.
I'd say
Just
the same
like getting
with professional
pitches, Ken.
golfers. How
You'll see
easy
100 pitches for you at a home run.
Like, I'd like to know how many professional golfers, or like a professional golfer going out to a par 3 course, hits a hole in one.
Rare.
Very rare.
Rare. They're going to get it closer than everybody else. Sure.
Right.
For sure.
But they're not putting it in the hole. DeChambeau ain't going to go out there and drop 9 of the 18 in one.
Right.
Like you would at a home run derby. That's why the analogy doesn't add up to me.
It's fair. It's fair.
I
saw that and I was like, I gotta ask it because Bill
That's a
gets
good
super
question.
pissed about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the analogy of the putt to home run derbies.
Yeah, I think that's closer.
For sure. I agree with that.
So, all right. Thanks for pissing me off, Dean.
Set the tone.
Set the tone. Speaking of the tone, let's set the tone and swing this thing over to Eddie.
Let me swing it back over to you. Now what?
All right.
Now what are you going to do? Huh?
Uh,
You know what? I'm going to take a big swing and let's go with a build your big 3.
Oh.
NES. That's Nintendo Entertainment System for those who don't know. Not NES, the character from Super Smash Brothers. NES games, favorite NES games for us 3. For those who don't know, Build Your Big 3 is a snake style draft where we draft up 1, 2, 3, then back down 3, 2, 1 until we build our big 3. And this week we are building our big 3 regular Nintendo favorite games. The order is Dean, myself, then Bilbo Baggins. Right at the end.
Get 2 back to back, man. That's good.
That is true, dude. You're luckiest one of all of us. You get back-to-back picks right there. First round into the second.
So cool.
I bet one of your favorites will still be there.
I doubt it.
You won't have a favorite. You don't have a third favorite game.
I have one. There's 2 S
Isn't that
tiers.
pretty close?
There's 2 S tiers and everything else.
Okay. Dean, round 1, pick one. You're on the clock.
Oh man. Well, Bill, I was gonna try to leave it for you, but I found out I couldn't get Duck Hunt along with the Ridge. So it forces my hands. It was a revolutionary game. It changed a lot in the Nintendo world. I'm gonna have to take Super Mario Bros. 3, number 1.
Great game.
Fantastic.
Great game. I'm surprised you went with that one first.
That is the one I played the most because I didn't play a ton of Nintendo. I was more like next gen of Nintendo that I played.
And for those curious, that's the third most sold NES game of all time. Round 1, pick 2. I've got to do it. This would have been my first pick. This would have been my first pick.
That was my beef and cheddar.
I love Super Mario 3. I wouldn't have taken it first. Tecmo Super Bowl is my favorite Nintendo game of all time. And when we were talking about it last week, I had actually played it that same day. Still love it. Still fun. Bill, you get 2 picks, you lucky dog.
You lucky duck.
Those were my 1 and 2.
No, couldn't be.
Yeah.
Those were my 1 and 2 also. So stop complaining.
All right. What lame game do I want to pick?
There's a ton of great options left on the board.
There is.
There really is.
Super Mario 1.
The Ridge.
Okay. The number 1 most sold game of all time in Nintendo.
Along with Duck Hunt.
It's close to S tier for me. Like I like to speed run it.
Sure.
It's obviously the one that started out on. Yeah. So, well, for me, the first one for me. So that would be pick 3. So round 2, pick 1 would be. Now I'm kind of stuck between
this
the
one.
two.
This is when it gets real.
Yeah,
it's real.
It's real.
I'm gonna go with RC Pro Am.
Oh, yeah, great one.
Mm.
Great one.
Yeah, love that game.
The 27th most sold Nintendo game of all time. I only have if they made the top 79, I have it. That was on Wikipedia. This is not official. RC Pro Am, that was my 4th ranked. My 3rd is still on here. I got to go with Punch Out. Yeah, eat it, Dean. I got to go Punch Out.
Just the regular one, huh?
The only one that matters.
Well, I suppose. All right. I figured that would have gone. So my round 2 pick 3 pick is going to be Legend of Zelda. It's a great game. It's one of my favorite. I mean, it kicked off what I'd going into 64 too for me. So
great game.
Did you beat it?
Excellent game. No,
dude,
he didn't beat it.
No, I didn't beat it. I was like,
there's no shot he beat it.
I was like 6 years old, maybe. You
Weren't
think
we
I
all?
cared? Yeah, but when I was 6, you weren't 6 anymore.
Well, no, I beat it.
Or
when
were
I was
you?
6. I beat it when I was 4. I think.
Sure you did. We all
I
think.
think I beat it when I was 3.
Yeah, right.
The closest
I bet you did.
I probably did. I'm probably 2.
The closest I've gotten to beating it was like a month ago. I had like 6 of the Triforce, and then I died.
You still haven't beat it, huh?
No.
God, dude, that's
It's a
lame.
long game.
Yeah.
It is a super long game.
My last pick is going to be it's a classic, fan favorite, been around for decades.
This is NES game.
Yeah.
They've all been around for decades, my man.
I'm gonna go with Tetris.
Tetris. Wow.
Classic.
I knew you liked dudes. All right. It almost made my list. I didn't put it on there. I was like, I did play it a bunch, but
it's classic.
Man. Gosh, this is tough. I definitely loved the crap out of this one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
For sure.
Yeah. Which one?
It's true. There's 2.
The 11th most sold one of all time. The one you think of.
Probably
the one you think of. No, I don't know. Not the first one. No, that one sucked to me. So it would have been the one after that.
It's very hard.
Yeah. Well, we were incredibly young. I mean, I'd already beat Legend of Zelda, but I couldn't get through.
Nobody believes that you beat Legend of Zelda.
Why?
I just don't.
Why is that unbelievable?
Pixar didn't happen. Pixar didn't happen, man.
Yeah. With my disposable camera from
I want to see
93. I saved it. I saved it.
I hope you got that film developed because I want to see it.
I
Next
didn't
pick.
Get it developed. Last pick. No.
I could pick one from this list, but I'm not going to because this is my Build Your Big 3.
We don't know what list you're looking at.
Well, it's NES Best Games on Google. This is a game that's probably, I don't even know if a lot of people know it or not. But it's a game that I always loved, and I actually sought it out as an adult. And it's called MC Kids.
Oh, man.
You guys, I for years tried to find that game, and I ended up finding it like 7-8 years ago, and I bought it on eBay. And it was such a weird feeling because like I don't know where I played it so much.
I know where we played it. We would rent it from the video store in Shepherd.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember it very clear.
And I always wanted to play that game again. I could never find it, and then I found it. So like
that's awesome. You did love that game.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I still do.
You're the reason we rented it that many times.
Yeah.
You'd be like, dude, we could both play or something. I don't know. You'd convince me, and I'd just be like, yeah. Like, very excited that Bill wanted to do that.
And it was just kind of like it was kind of like I felt like it was like based on a McDonald's game, and
yeah.
So
what is it?
I
don't know what it is.
I mean, it's essentially kind of like Mario in a sense, but like you're just these two kids that you're going to McDonald land, and it's just like a platformer.
It was awesome. I mean, I enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
If you can ever find it and play it, I don't know how, but like,
man, I wonder if it's on that plugin thing I have, because it's got thousands of games on it, right? That's how I played Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yeah,
was because I have that thing, that HDMI thing that plugs into my TV. The only thing that sinks is the controls are delayed and
off.
Yeah, I hate it. I do. I wish I should just buy a. I shouldn't, but I want to. All right. Well, I'll go through our big threes. What do you guys think of some honorable mentions? Definitely some good ones left to bring up. I'll go through Dean's list first because he had the first pick. Dean went with Super Mario Brothers 3, Dean's favorite game. He likes it more than all of us combined. The Legend of Zelda and Tetris. Myself, I had Tecmo Super Bowl, Punch Out, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the one after the first one. And then Bill had Super Mario Brothers, RC Pro-Am, and MC Kids. Excellent. Bill, you had the last pick, so you can have the first shot at the honorable mentions.
Yeah. One of the big ones for me was Contra. I almost made that my third. Love that game.
Awesome.
Also, what's that? The Squirrels. Chippendale.
Chippendale. It was a fun game.
Yep, I like that one. That'll be it for now. I'll let you guys go.
Debo?
To me, there was a couple. I can't remember the names of them. There was this baseball game that was like robots.
Cyber Wars.
Oh, dude, that one was sweet.
That game was awesome. Yeah. And then there was one that was similar to it, but it was chess. I remember.
Oh, Battle Chess.
Battle Chess. The names were very simple.
Yeah, they were a lot simpler than I remember them being. But those two games were great. I remember.
Oh, they were awesome. That's how I learned to play chess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is relatively.
Well, it's how I learned how the pieces did what they. It's not how you learn how to play chess. It's how you learn what the pieces do.
Right.
Obviously, Duck Hunt had been brought up before. That obviously belongs on a list or the honorable mentions. Second most bought game of all time, Nintendo, regular Nintendo. There were two on here that I loved a lot that could have made the list for me easy, and I think at least for Bill too. Ice hockey. That was so fun.
Yeah.
You make, you can make your own, you make the fat guys that would like just destroy everybody, or like, the fast little guys. Yeah. That was such a fun game.
That was a fun game.
The 21st most sold game in NES history. And then the only other one I'm going to bring up, another favorite, because you could edit the players if you did the edit team, Bases Loaded 3, with Ryan Sandberg on the cover. Now the other ones may have been great, but we had the number 3. And that was fun. I would always pick the edit team, and I would just juice them all up and because I just wanted to win. I just wanted to win, right?
Of
I mean, I don't know. I didn't want it to be close. I didn't want to feel the loss.
I have just a couple more. DuckTales.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a really good one. There's one on here as well that I saw that I was like, oh yeah, Double Dragon 2.
Oh, Double Dragon.
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden was a great one. And then one that we owned for a long time was Ring King.
Oh, dude, I love that. Loved that.
Right?
Oh.
So tough.
I honestly, I should have put that in there instead of Punch Out. Just as a personal favorite. Didn't even think about it.
Yeah, Ring King.
I played Ring King a million more times than Punch, but we didn't really own Punch Out.
Right.
So Punch Out was the sexy choice at the time.
For sure.
But Ring King,
that was for the real
cheers. Cheers to the king.
Well, awesome. That was an awesome big 3. Thank you, Eddie.
Super Nintendo next week, baby.
Yes.
Super.
Oh, I got the second pick next week.
Oh, I'm at number 1.
Yeah. Let's just do it right now.
What's going to be my number 1? Off the top of my head, what I think's going to be the number 1 pick? Do you want me to say?
No.
No teasers.
Cliffhanger. So, all right, Dean, show us that belly. This is about to get dark.
Ooh, I want to see a little underbelly.
Well, you will.
Been dying for weeks.
People are biting at the bit.
You're about to see an underbelly of darkness in this week's Dean's Conspiracy Theory of the Week.
Well, before I get dark and twisted, I'm gonna make it light and fun with secondhandbirdies.com, one of the official sponsor of the Wake Up Podcast, handling all your golf club needs without breaking the bank. They are a family-owned business who specializes in taking any and all golf gear and clubs and refurbishing them back to their old glory, while also including club head covers and possibly a bag or two if you look at the right time, which are marked on the site with quality club rating from 1 to 5, 5 being almost brand new, and 1 being nothing special, but will get to the job done. This ensures an easy and pleasant shopping experience, knowing exactly what you are going to get, while also providing a great customer service and a quick delivery so you can get to swinging as soon as possible. They also offer golf club cleaning services for those of us that don't have the time or, like myself, are just too lazy to do it. And with the Wake Up Podcast promo, you will get 10% off all purchases for using the promo code Wake Up Podcast in all lowercase letters. All clubs are already at a discounted price, but if you subscribe to their email newsletter as well, you'll get 15% off your very first purchase. And on top of that, if you use the Wake Up promo, you will receive 10% off all purchases after the initial first purchase, which makes an already great deal even better. Inventory moves fast, so don't wait too long. Get to secondhandbirdies.com, subscribe to the email newsletter, get your 50% off your first purchase, get your 10% off every purchase after that using the code Wake Up Podcast, and get to swinging as soon as possible. Find quality clubs for less. Go to secondhandbirdies.com. So I've been really
right now.
He's looking right now.
I'm about to buy a 7-iron.
You're damn right you are.
I really am. About to pull the trigger. Honestly, a great deal.
Fantastic deal. They're all great deals. You can't go wrong. Use that promo code. Sign up for that newsletter.
I actually am about to do that right now.
Do it. Tell me if it works. We'll wait.
60% off this club right now.
Oh, well, yeah. Off the initial.
In general.
Everything's already discounted.
Yeah.
So you add the extra 10, 15. You're good to go. Anyway.
Practically getting it for free.
This Yeah, it's like I'm actually paying like $2 for the
How is this guy
Honestly,
making money?
I'm not sure this is right. I feel like I'm robbing him. I don't know.
It's gonna cost more in shipping than the actual. Anyway, so I've been really liking getting some theories off of Chat GBT, and then we can all kind of discuss it in a more group type of way. So this one I got this is the doppelganger theory. So people have wondered like why certain celebrities seem to like bounce back from scandals too perfectly, or like why they disappear for months only to return looking almost the same but not quite. um that's where this theory comes from. The doppelganger industry is what they call it, and it claims that the entertainment elite have been using bioclone stand-ins since the early 2000s, first as insurance policies and now as complete replacements. It started with musicians. Touring schedules were brutal, and the industry realized it was more profitable to use doubles, not impersonators. So, lab grown replicas enhanced with neural mapped behavior patterns, facial micro expressions, and vocal frequencies lifted from interviews. The first successful switch, allegedly, obviously, happened with Avril Lavigne in 2003, which is a popular conspiracy theory. And they call it the Melissa theory. So, according to some believers, all right, hold on, let me actually. So, according to some, the theory with the Avril Lavigne thing is that she actually, I guess she was in like a bad, I don't know if she's in like a car accident sometime in 2003 or something along those lines, like where she was probably into like drugs or whatever. And so, but she legitimately had a double that she would use to do like public things. So that way she wouldn't have to go out and deal with it, maybe anxiety reasons or whatever. So a lot of people believe that Avril Lavigne in 2000, when she got in that wreck or whatever it was, I don't exactly know why people think she died and was replaced. But a lot of people think that when she died, they just replaced her with her stand-in, whose name is Alyssa. And you can kind of like, and then when you like look back into it too, you can see like Avril Lavigne's like after that time frame, um, shortly after when she was like doing like tours or music again, her voice changed a little bit. Like not only just her singing voice, but also like her talking voice changed a little bit. And like I watched this video of them going through like this. I mean, there's more to this than just Avril Lavigne, but this has the most examples. So I watched this video of like a timeline frame of like what she looked till now, because she's still smoking hot. So there is a time frame where right during that time frame it looked like it did a full switch, almost like she looked almost not completely different, because it's obviously they wouldn't have picked Melissa in to replace if she didn't look similar to her, but it does look like she's made a change to whatever. I mean, I guess makeup or whatever could do wonders, I suppose. But that's just one of the examples and the most popular example of
wonders.
it. According to some believers, it's not fake. It's just a leak from someone inside the program. Over time, other names have surfaced. Britney Spears was replaced during her 2007 breakdown, which I kind of went over. She did that like TikTok video, and like there was like a glitch or whatever, and it like you could see somebody else's face when she like turned a certain way, and then it like went back like it was a filter.
Bill's future wife?
Yeah, she's been replaced. Kanye West hasn't been the same since 2016. Hospitalization. Tom Cruise never aged, never slowed down. He's rumored to be on his third iteration. And Taylor Swift, the current version's movements are so precise that some claim that she's fully AI assisted.
They call that precise?
The kicker, the replacements aren't perfect. They glitch, obviously. Not obviously, but I've seen different things where it seems like it could be a glitch. Followers obviously obsess over little inconsistencies, odd interviews, new mannerisms, mismatched moles, suddenly different vocal ranges, which is kind of what I went over with Avril Lavigne. Entire subreddits track the clone fails in photos, so you can look at some of the stuff that people claim to be what were replaced. They've cloned fails in photos, footage, and live streams. But what some say is the scariest part is that a lot of people believe that the real stars are actually still alive, but like held in like high security rehab centers, kept drugged and sedated, and fed the illusion that they're just taking time off. Because in the end, money makes the world go round. So because the brands are worth more than the people ever were, is the idea behind it. So to kind of dive a little deeper into that, I'm not going to go too much farther into it, but with the Taylor Swift thing, it kind of goes, if you want to believe in the whole she's fully AI assisted, her whole career has been in phases, right? So like, the first phase, she had this country girl persona, she breaks into music. She's never off message, she's always doing the right things, just this, just this innocent girl. Then she makes the pop transition in 2012, changes her sound and image dramatically. This is when the first major swap happened. Some people say her bone structure subtly shifts. She's her political neutrality becomes more intense. And then I guess there was an interview in 2014 where she had a blink glitch that some claim exposes like visual effects masking a different person, like somebody else was doing this as like a deep fake interview. Third phase, they call it the reputation era. It was Dark Taylor arrives. She goes and she's all bad now. She's all she's all hot and bothered now. But the thing with that one, people say this is clone number 2. There's a lyric in one of the songs. The conspiracies are all stretches, man.
Sure. I get you.
So the lyric is, the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now, she's dead, is taken literally by some.
Sure.
And they do say, that they put stuff in movies and music and TV that it's actually happening and we just don't even realize it, type of stuff. And then obviously there's the last phase of hers. It's the perfect phases for her. She's now in the billionaire era. She's with Travis Kelce. She's doing the Eras tour. They think the Travis Kelce thing is a full on, setup to bring her popularity into sports fandom. Even though I don't know if that's working a lot, but it's bringing more, as I don't think a lot of the guys like it, but it's bringing more women into the, NFL to watch and actually be more interested in it. And also to make her a global icon, which would be the final phase of her fully AI assisted life. I don't know. Those were just some of the things. I thought it was kind of interesting, kind of relevant, in a sense of just pop culture. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think they're sending out doppelgangers to replace celebrities just to make sure they keep quiet?
I mean, the thing is, for me, is no, I don't think so in general, but it also wouldn't surprise me.
It's another one of those things,
because we wouldn't know. We're just us, and they're them.
And Hollywood is known for using doubles for certain celebrities, so that way they don't have to deal with, just the hustle and bustle of all the madness that does come with being famous, right?
Yeah.
So,
and honestly, their ploy to put her into the football sphere to attract other whatever fans would seem like somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about trying to make a plan happen. Because personally, and I feel like a lot of people that I know who just like football because it's football, not because Taylor Swift's there,
Well,
have made them
most
like
men,
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce less.
right? Well, most men, yes, but you're bringing it has been proven
It
that
brings
she
her
has.
fans
It's
have
brought
started.
a
Yes.
it's brought a wider female audience to the NFL.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Mostly the
people that like
Chiefs,
her,
obviously. Yeah,
people that already liked her came over.
for sure. But it's putting more eyes on the NFL, regardless.
It puts more eyes on the NFL, not her.
Well, no.
It does put more eyes on her, kind of.
I was going to say, kind of.
I think the more eyes that it puts on her, I think have. I mean, there's probably some folks. I mean, at least in Missouri, they're probably all about it.
The thing I've seen with a lot of,
I mean,
like the female fans or whatever, it's obviously a lot of like younger little girls, like 12, 10. But a lot of the videos I've seen are just like even if she's not there, if it's not the Chiefs, a lot of like dads are like, my daughter wants to watch the game with me, like actually watch it, and like she's now more interested in sports because of it. And there's not like, obviously not every story is like that where everybody's little daughter's like, oh my gosh, I just want to watch football just because I like football now because I saw Taylor one time.
Swift is going to show up.
I mean, I think that's part of it. But, I mean, it kind of creates those feel-good moments for certain families, where something where you didn't think they'd ever be interested in it. But now, because of her, it's kind of brought that to them.
I mean, how many families has it ripped apart at the same time?
It's some dad out there is like, no.
I bet it's at
never
least
watch this.
I bet it's at least ripped one family apart.
Taylor, you're tearing this family apart.
Like there was just some stupid argument about her being there and Travis Kelce,
yeah.
and I guarantee it's at least torn one family apart.
And they start singing Taylor's songs at him.
I mean, maybe. I'm just saying, I can almost guarantee it. That one family has been seriously disrupted based on Taylor Swift being with Travis Kelce and at football games.
Taylor Swift's with Travis Kelce, and I want a divorce.
I'm just saying, it's not even crazy.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
There's definitely been arguments, at least minimum of one family, where somebody said something that probably was in poor taste. It was taken, whether that be either way. It could have been.
It's
either
Jessica
way.
Simpson at the Cowboys games, except the difference is the Chiefs kept winning.
Yeah.
So somebody's getting blamed after the Super Bowl, right? Now that they didn't win another Super Bowl, just like when they blamed Jessica Simpson when the Cowboys weren't winning.
In fairness, every time she was there, Tony Romo did play worse than he normally would.
Not that much worse.
That's also fair. That's also
because when she wasn't there, sometimes he'd throw 4 picks.
Yeah, that's also true. How many playoff games? Did she have?
Yeah, exactly.
Travis
Kelce's been worse.
Yeah, he has.
I think that's I mean, he's towards the end of his career too. So it's the perfect time to date somebody like Taylor Swift.
For sure.
Where he can get on TV and do whatever.
Yeah. Bring his podcast up.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Why
don't you date Taylor Swift, Dean? It'd help us out.
I'd be in a song. It'd be bad. She's like, I don't know about you, but his dick looks.
And now he's got small dick. And you
oh man, that would suck.
Dude, that would be.
Carmen is the man with the man tits.
It'd probably be a sick 4 days that we were together, though.
Would people look at you the way they look at Benny Blanco?
For sure, 100%.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
You think you're better looking than Benny Blanco, though, don't you?
The thing, he has the money and some fame. So
no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
But that upgrades him.
No, I didn't say that, Dean. I said, you think you're more attractive than Benny Blanco?
I don't think there's a lot of guys that think they're not as good looking as Benny Blanco. No offense to the guy. He's super talented.
You're offending the guy right now.
I'm sure I'm not.
Super offense to the guy. He'll be like, who said that?
The thing is,
Dean from Wake Up with the Sleeper Boys podcast?
He may not be the best looking guy, but he's written like 30 number one singles. So he's always going to have that on me. And he's probably, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Probably horsing it over there, if you know what I mean.
Why would you assume that?
He's got to have something.
He's got 30 number one singles.
A personality?
Yeah. That's true. He does seem like a super nice guy, too.
Yeah, I don't really like him.
He's too sweet.
He's too sweet.
He does. I don't know. I honestly, like he was with Santino, talking to him, and he was like saying he doesn't know what the Avengers are or who that could possibly be and stuff like that. And it's like, I think you're kind of faking that a little. Because then they're like, just name a superhero that could be. And he said Spider-Man. They're like, yeah, that's an Avenger. He goes, oh, really? Like, I think that's kind of BS.
I think I found the petty reason why he hates him.
I think we found the answer to the.
I just think people are. My issue is I think people are fake a lot, and so when that stuff like that comes up, I'm like, I think you're kind of faking it to put on whatever you want people to think about you.
But then, according to you, you're probably like, well, he's probably just like a really nice guy.
He probably is.
He seems like it.
Yeah, he probably is. But I also don't. But the more famous he gets now, the more he's going to start changing how he reacts to things like that and how he thinks people are supposed to perceive him.
Possible.
Benny Blanco, if you'd like to come on and defend your honor, be more than happy.
He would not. He would not. Podcast. His honor would go down by joining us.
Can we have Benny Blanco Tuesdays? Where we have Benny Blanco on every Tuesday?
Dude, that'd be amazing. I would try to fight him every
week. Yeah, Eddie just pulls a Charlemagne and is just a hater towards him every week. So, all right. Great conspiracy.
What do you think? I'm afraid of Benny Blanco?
So, all right, well, let's get into the last segment of the night. Bills, balls, games.
I'd fight Benny Blanco.
I don't think he's a fighter, so I mean, you got him. You probably got. No, it's a security team.
Now all of a sudden, I'm a piece of crap.
For sure.
When it's really him.
He's just been super nice the entire time.
The whole time.
Like,
you don't know the Avengers?
Who's the last
one Justice League member, bro?
Who's the last person that won?
You.
Yeah, it was you.
All right, not me. Besides me.
It's probably Eddie.
Was it first or second?
I think we tied, actually.
Oh,
first or second?
Yeah, just go ahead. And pick if you want to go first or second.
I'll just go first.
All right, Dean, take off your headphones. We are playing.
No, I knew I should have went
speed round.
I thought you were trying to check. I thought you were trying to trick
Family Feud. 5 questions, 40 seconds.
Dean, you're up first.
You have to get to 200. What are you doing? You said first.
Steve.
Good.
Well, I guess.
What a POS.
I guess this is Ed's.
This is Ed's balls games. Is that what you're about to say? I can see it on your face. Did you say it? Nod your head if you said it.
You can hear me. Yeah, faking it now. All right, here we go. 35 seconds, Dean. 5 questions. Timer will start after the first question.
Okay.
Name something humans wear but cats look silly in.
Socks.
Name something you might climb a tree to get.
Coconut.
Name a crime that most cops have probably committed themselves.
Laundering.
Name a kind of tree that would look silly to have as a Christmas tree.
Palm tree.
Which phrase from their wedding vows do people have the hardest time following?
Wait, what? Repeat that?
Which phrase from their wedding vows do people have the hardest time following?
I don't know. I do.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't understand the question still.
Here, I'll let you just answer it. Steve Harvey does this every once in a while.
Uh-huh.
Which phrase from people's wedding vows, right, do people have the hardest time following?
What does that mean? What do you mean following?
Like, which phrase from their wedding vows do people have the hardest time keeping?
Oh, you mean like following up on?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
actually end up doing. I
Yeah.
still don't know. Sickness and health.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Let's go over.
That confused the shit out of me.
All right.
It was not a good run.
Name something humans wear but cats look silly in. You said socks. That is not an answer.
What? How is that not an answer?
Do you want to count shoes? Because I never see cats wear shoes.
Right.
I have seen little booties. So I'll put socks and shoes together. Just to
I was like, wait, what? Because I never see people put shoes on their cats.
That's fine. I'll do that. It doesn't help you. Name something you might climb a tree to get. You said coconuts. That is 0.
That's a natural way to climb a tree for. Is it not? Have you not climbed a coconut tree?
No, I've never climbed a coconut tree. All right. Name a crime that most cops have probably committed themselves. You said laundering. That is not.
I don't even really know what that means. I just was throwing it out there.
Name a kind of tree that would look silly to have as a Christmas tree. You said palm tree, and that was the number 2 answer for 32. And which phrase from their wedding vows do people have the hardest time following up on? You said sickness and in health. That was the number 4 answer for 9. That gives you
29.
40, 72.
72?
Right. Yeah.
That's a lot more than I thought it would be.
Well, I gave you one of them. So.
Well, with the shoes.
Yeah.
Was that the number 1?
No, it's 2.
Oh. Sorry for doing that, Bill.
For what?
For doing the old switcheroo on you.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It worked out.
See, that's why I did it. I guess. Wait, what do you mean that worked out? That sounds bad, actually.
All right. So, Dean, you need to get to 200. Okay. Dean got 72.
Yeah, not a great round.
So 128. I gave Dean way more time than allowed, but
there's some confusion.
I'm gonna bang this thing out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Do it.
All right, I'm gonna give you 45 seconds.
All right,
and timer will start after the first question. Name something humans wear but cats look silly in.
Oh, kitten mittens. Kitty mittens. That's Always Sunny.
Start it over.
It's from Always Sunny. I don't know if that counts or not.
All right.
I don't know what that is.
Mittens? Kitty mittens?
It kind of goes with what Dean said. So I'm going to do the question. Yeah, I know. Well, it was kind of a thing. So, all right. Name something humans wear but cats look silly in. You said
A coat. Jacket.
Name something you might climb a tree to get.
Rescue a cat.
Name a crime that most cops have probably committed themselves.
Speeding.
Name a kind of tree that would look silly to have as a Christmas tree.
Palm.
Mm-mm.
Oak.
Which phrase from the wedding vows do people have the hardest time following?
Till death do us part.
All right, time.
That's what that threw me off. That question threw me off. I was like, following? What do you mean? You had to stop and explain.
Yeah, I mean, just like the vows or whatever.
Right.
The vows till death. What'd you say?
Sickness and health.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That's what I ended up. That's what I ended up picking after he explained it to me, because I was like, I don't know what you're trying to ask me.
That's probably would have been the second thing. I don't know what else I would even say other than those two things.
Right.
All right.
Well, that was
To have and to hold.
This is gonna be close.
I don't know. I know the last time we lost by 1 point.
No, you guys won.
No, we won by.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I had won it in the first round, I think.
Yeah. Maybe that's what happened here.
All right.
Yeah.
No.
He already said how many you got.
Was that?
All right.
You told me the last time too.
Oh yeah, that's right. But I believe it.
Yeah, it's believable.
So let's see. 19. Okay. First question. Name something humans wear but cats look silly in. You said coat. That is not an answer. That's a 0. Number one answer was hats.
I almost said hat. But it's all the same shit. Oh, I mean,
name something you might climb a
top
tree.
5.
Name something you might climb a tree to get. You said cat. Dean said coconut.
Well, that'd be like fruit.
Is coconut a fruit?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, it doesn't have.
I thought in my head he said fruit, so I went with something else.
Well, I think he would have given you the.
Well, you got number one answer. That was cat. Name a crime that most cops have probably committed themselves. You said speeding. That was the number one answer. Dean said laundering.
Money laundering?
I panicked. I panicked.
Cops, they always launder the money.
They're always money laundering. Long John Silver's.
I don't even know what I'd say if it wasn't speeding. Because I'm like, that's just everybody does that.
No seatbelt, maybe.
You're about 30 points away from winning. Name a kind of tree that would look silly to have as a Christmas tree. Dean said palm tree. The number one answer is oak tree.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
You are
30?
5 points away.
Shoot.
195.
Till death has got to be 5 points.
At least.
You would think.
Which phrase from their wedding vows do people have the hardest time following? Dean said, I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes.
I don't
Does that
understand.
answer count? Because that is a hard vow to follow.
I ended up giving to him the question. That's why it took forever. He said sickness and in health. That was the number 4 answer. The number 1 answer is honor and obey.
Oh.
Who even says that in their vows?
Number 2 answer for richer or poor.
Oh,
Was
come
the
on.
number 5 answer.
The number 3 answer was till death do us part. Just kidding. It was the number 2 answer, and that is 29 points for the win.
Let's go.
You guys won it by like 50.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. I left that one there for you.
Now you guys both have Key of Souls.
I was gonna say we both get used Kia Souls.
Good job, fellas. Good job. And good job to everybody for playing. I know you did too, and you guys probably have won as well. Go get yourself a Kia Soul.
Get yourself a used 2007 Kia
Yes.
Soul, baby. The ones that the gerbils used to dance on or whatever. The guinea pigs in the commercials.
Yep. So that was Bill's.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. That was Bill's Balls Games. That's going to do it for this week's episode. Thank you, everyone, for swinging by and listening and watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment your big 3 Nintendo Entertainment System video games.
Want to hear them.
Is Taylor Swift in her final iteration of AI Life? Did you win? Did you win Family Feud? Let us know in the comments. Again, thank you. Hope everyone has a great week. And we will see you next time on Wake Up with the Sleeper Boys podcast. Bye.
Here we go.